would attract me is authenticity. So if somebody is doing a campaign that is paid, they say that it's paid, I would respect them rather than try to act like it's all natural. And authentic influencers that have built themselves, that put in the work to maybe write a script or take the time to edit something very well, I respect, and that plays a role. But the lazy ones or the ones that are just taking it for granted, no. Now, currently, we are going through this phase that the word influencer has a very negative stigma or connotation to it because some people have misused that title. Yeah. But I think coming from this, you're going to see ones that are actually the good ones, the ones that actually put in effort, the ones that actually have a legit audience. So whether it's 5,000 followers or 500,000, it shouldn't matter. It's what am I giving the consumer? So the consumer and the viewer and the fan and the follower is becoming more educated, more detail-oriented. They know, they notice. My point is, campaigns can be very generic or human, right? If we're going to use human, it's universal. All human beings have similar needs, similar maybe interests, especially in developed, let's say, cities and cultures. But if you're going to go the traditional route or the cultural route, you need to put effort. And what you see is a lot of brands are lazy in that aspect, or naive, or not educated enough on how to approach. Putting just a ghatra and igal on anybody, you know, I can even just talk literally about this and how you put it in, but that's only if you're from that community or society. So my advice would be, if you're going universal, sure. But if you do decide to go cultural, put in that effort to understand that culture, what's nice, what's not nice. Because if you don't, it backfires, easily backfires. Then people think, okay, look, they're trying too hard. They don't even know how we do certain things or how we eat or how we move. And I think we are gaining confidence as people to create brands rather than franchise brands, which is really nice. I mean, what are we missing? We have a great country, a great infrastructure, funds you can collect. You can find investors if you don't want to go through a bank or an organization. They have the toolkit. You just have to be resourceful. So, and talent is there, creativity is there. We have traveled a lot now as Arab people. And I think sometimes, why not? Why do we always have to think, oh, I need to bring somebody from abroad and put them here? No, why don't you create your own thing? Your own F&B, your own clothing line, whatever you decide. And I think we are gaining confidence to do so. You would see some very successful examples already in the region that are doing well. Some are being sold to even, you know, global companies. Why not? So this idea of why not, I think, is becoming trendy in entrepreneurship. I think entrepreneurship, and even the title entrepreneur, is trendy at the moment, but people don't realize what happens behind the scenes. It's very nice to say, you know, I sold 2 cupcakes on Instagram and I'm an entrepreneur. No, you're not. I think it's more about really building a company and hiring people and people relying on you, and then you have an organization. You have a small SME to a medium to a large company that's actually has processes, has accounting, has auditing, and I think that's where people don't realize how much work goes behind even opening a grocery store. It's not, you think it's simple, maybe it's not. Getting the approvals, getting the staff, getting the products, getting importing all of it's all complicated and complex. So where people need to really open their eyes is that it's not a fairy tale just like that. That's why I always say do something you really love. Because if you don't love it, you don't stay. My day, if I come to my personal day, it's I start at 10. I'm not a morning person at all. And I am very organized all the way up to 8 or 9 p.m. Like, my calendar is very specific. And this is how, I think the biggest pleasure or advantage of being an entrepreneur or owning your own business is you own your time. It's a huge, huge value. If you're working for somebody, you don't own it. The biggest advantage is to own your time, and by owning your time, you can manage it the way you are or want to. So I manage it, and you'll see me doing 4 or 3 businesses, and then the kids, and then my friends, and then my mother. So all in the same span that somebody's probably stuck in an office. and doing one thing. So up to that time, and then at night, I'm a night owl for sure. Because I like the night. I like how Dubai calms down. I don't mind driving at night. And I work a lot also at night because I don't get distracted. I get to do things. You can ask Abrar, if I'm in the office, it's literally every 4 minutes somebody's coming in, and you can't really focus, and it's a disadvantage. So that's why the advantage is after I can be alone. And I try to balance it and watch a TV series, one episode here or there, or read a little, just to break the cycle of work. So I'll end up with the sleep, like you mentioned, 5 to 6 hours, which is something I need to improve, I think, yeah.